Years go by, but the memory stays, and those were the good old days.
Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. Let me take you back and tell you a story. I'm not sure if it was actually the good old days or not. Nonetheless, when my mom and dad divorced back in 1979, early 1980, I went, like I said, memory lane archives will explain all this about me, and everything. Just so go down memory lane with me in various videos and learn the situations about that. Anyway, nonetheless, I encountered asthma back in the day. I was actually when we moved from from Mineral City to Maslin, and there with Grandma Arterbell and Papa Lowell there for a good while until Mom and I actually moved out in apartments of our own and whatnot. Anyway, nonetheless, I encountered asthma. I was on Ritalin back in the day, Ritalin, if you will, for my hyperactivity. Anyway, nonetheless, I was actually there, and I actually encountered asthma. Dr. El Ruby, who was a doctor from Iraq. A lot of these foreign doctors today don't know what they're doing, but Dr. El Ruby, he was the man. I used to love going to Dr. El Ruby's office because of his daughter, Fatima. Oh my goodness, but she was really nice, a nice looking woman. Uh, you know. Anyway, nonetheless, used to go over there and used to love going there. And sometimes I'd even fake asthma attacks or fake sick or whatever it was just to get in there so I could see Fatima. Anyway, nonetheless, Doctor El Ruby was the man. I was in the hospital several times for various reasons because of I had trouble breathing from my asthma, and anyway, nonetheless, and I even spent Christmas there in the hospital, there at Master Community Hospital, many a times because I had, because of my asthma. And good thing about there is, they had Atari back in the day, video game system Atari, and I used to play the crap out of Atari. At one point, I was the Pac-Man king. There was many people could beat me on Pac-Man. I'd get a real good score here on Pac-Man. I was a Pac-Man king, and some kid by the name of called himself the Big Dog would come in and beat me in Pac-Man. But I was a Pac-Man king. Used to sneak down there and play it there in the game room or wherever the little room they had there. They had the Atari in there, and nurses used to catch me and send me back. One of the things that I hated about being in a hospital was two things. Number one, you couldn't sleep, and by the time you did get to sleep, they'd wake you up and want to take your blood, or they'd want to sit there and they want to tell you it was time for your breathing machine. And the second thing I hated was being in asthma and all that stuff. They had you on a straight liquid diet, beef broth, Jello, Sprite, just whatever it was, straight liquid diet. There was nothing. You couldn't eat. I couldn't eat any solid foods, and let's just say that the Jello went in the trash can. The beef broth went flushed down into the toilet, and let's just say that the Sprite I drank. Anyway, nonetheless, I just it was just something there, and one of the housekeepers or the cleaning people, their hospital would come in, a lady that knew my Aunt Sandy. That also had worked with my Uncle Dennis, my Uncle Denny, if you will, my dad's twin. Uncle Denny had worked there at the hospital there in the laundry department, I believe it was. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, I think it was laundry department he worked into, sanitary or whatever it was, and she knew them as well, and she's like, was the reason why the Jello's in here? I laughed, and she's like, I'm not going to say a word. But anyway, nonetheless, it was just, I encountered asthma. I outgrew the asthma. There was no doubt about it. I outgrew the asthma. But just looking back on it now and knowing that I had the asthma was just something, that I was in that hospital a lot with. And I look back on it now, and it was definitely a little bit of the good old days because, being in a hospital, you're away from all drama, all the turmoil, and everything else on the outside. But in all aspect, it's just the most boring place you could ever be is a hospital. And you know, it's just the way it is. But like I said, I don't have asthma anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.